My physical TBR is growing alarmingly, so in this video, I want to share with you all the books that I plan to read this fall. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad to have you. As you can tell by the title of this video, today we are going to be taking inventory of all of the books that I want to read by the end of the year. It's quite a lot of books. So far, I believe I've read 72 books for the year. So 20 plus books for another 3 months. Doesn't seem that bad, but if you know anything about me, you know I'm a mood reader. I will DNF something with the quickness. Even if I come back to it, I'll do a soft DNF. And if I fall in love with a story and it happens to be a series, I'm liable to just go in and finish the whole thing. So a lot of pitfalls set up for me in this whole TBR for the rest of the year, but we are going to try our best. That is exactly why I don't do TBR videos on this channel. Let me know in the comments if you still want me to do TBR videos. I'm always worried that if I do a TBR video, that means I have to follow through because I kind of like promised it to you guys. And that's why I don't do them. But maybe you're fine and you are better than me and you have more grace and you'll forgive me if I don't follow through. So let me know if you want to see TBR videos from me, and then I will start doing them. But this is going to be the list. I don't know if you can see this. You probably cannot. I can't even carry them. I think it's not safe because there's so many of them here, and there's also so many of them on my Kindle that I want to read. So I'm just gonna go through them and then we will tally at the end. But I think it's like 20 something, but we will see. All right, so first book, and I'm doing this in any type of order, and I'm also not going to give you guys a detailed synopsis for all of them because there's so many. This video would be too long, and I do like to go into my books somewhat blind. I just want to know the vibes. That's really what I do when I pick up a book. So when I'm watching other people's videos, I watch a lot of YouTubers, booktubers, but I try to do the vibes. If I notice that they're going to in-depth description, I like skip through. Anyways, so first book is The Cruel Prince. I have heard so many good things about this. I know that it's about fairies and that, but they're not the like nice fairies. They're the fairies that always are trying to make a deal, always trying to like scam you into something. So you really have to like think about the fine print when you're making a deal. And I know that people say that the love story is like the background in there, but it is beautiful because people are always referring to it, but that it's really more political, and I love stuff like that. So I'm really excited about this one. The next book that is definitely going to be read like so soon, it might be like next week or in the next 2 weeks, is this one. I'm so excited for it. I don't know much, but the vibes give me like moody and dark. What I know is that this is about dark societies set in Yale. Stuff are going on. It's very mysterious. Apparently I even have to check trigger warnings. I won't be checking them again because I don't really get triggered, but I know that I need to go in prepared. But it feels so dark and moody, and it gives me fall and like, yeah, so I'm really excited for that one. So I'm going to be going into this one. The next one, okay, so this is one of the pitfalls. Oh, did I even say what this was? Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is the book. Okay, girl is not ready. Okay, the next book that I really am interested in getting into is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. And it's part of the Immortal Instruments series, but more than anything, it's part of the world of the shadow hunters. And this is what I mean, like this is one of the pitfalls that I'm worried about because I've heard really good things about this. I know this is a classic, like people love this. I mean, classic by like a lot of people love it, and I have a feeling that I may get into this and love it so much and decide to binge the series. So I'm really worried. But from what I understand, Clary witnesses a murder and she finds out that the people that committed the murder are actually teenagers and they are part of the shadow hunter world. So that's really all I know. Sounds intriguing enough. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for the series. Hopefully I don't get sucked in enough that I forget the entire Fall TBR. Okay. Another book that I really want to read. Okay. All About Love by Bell Hooks. Now, this one, I don't even know what genre it is. The only thing that I know is that this book was everywhere at some point. Everyone was reading it. And even when I went to the bookstore and I got it, the person that was checking me out was like, is this a reread? And I was like, no, it's going to be my first time. And she was like, oh my God, prepare yourself. This is going to be an experience. I'm so happy for you. And I was like, okay, like what kind of book makes people want to stop and tell you they're so happy that you're about to experience this book? And so I'm really excited to read it. I'm really, really excited to read this one. I feel like this one is one that I will not be reading by itself because I feel like if I do, it'll take me too long. It's something that I will be reading maybe like at night or maybe in the morning, just a couple pages at a time, just to really soak it in, because that's the type of book that it feels that it is. So I'll let you guys know. I don't even know what to say about this one. I was so excited to read this one and so scared. So you guys, Ali Hazelwood is one of my favorite authors. I've read all of her books. And this one got mixed reviews. Some people said that it wasn't that good. Other people said they loved it. Some people said it was super spicy, like her spiciest book. And she even called it an erotica book. I don't mind spice, but I don't go into books for spice. I go for the romance, for the swooning, for the angst. That's what gets me. So I'm really nervous. So I've been putting this off. Like normally I would have read this like immediately, but I've been putting it off because I'm just so nervous. But it's time. It's Ali. Listen. If she has like one bad book that I don't like out of all the books that I adore, we will move on. We will survive. Okay. So I'm gonna get into this one. The only thing that I know about this one is that Rue is working for this company. I don't really know what she does for the company, but the male interest is buying her company, or they're acquiring her company or doing a merger or something, and she's worried that her work is going to either get completely dismissed or it's going to be taken over. And so even though she has this attraction for him, it's kind of complicated, so she's trying to fight that. And then the other thing that I know from all the reviews is that this man is down bad for her. And if you know me, you know me. I like a man who's down bad. So this is gonna be read soon. I'm gonna rip the band-aid. It's gonna be read soon. Why do I have Beach Read on this list? Hold please. We've already read Beach Read and it was amazing. So no, not Beach Read. Book Lovers. That's what I meant to get. I'm sorry guys if this feels like this is a chaotic video. I'm just trying to get this out to you guys. So yes, we're not reading Beach Read. We already read that for the summer. We're reading Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I saved this book for this time because I felt like book lovers, we love ourselves fall. And what better time to read a book about book lovers than in the fall? So I'm so excited. I've read at this point 3 Emily Henry books, and I love her writing. Even when I don't love the story, people we meet on vacation, I'm looking at you. I love the writing. I love the banter. I love the messaging that she always filters through. I love the emotions and the vibes you get in the book. It's just want to take a blanket and wrap yourself around it and just like contemplate life. That's what Emily Henry does for me. A book about book lovers, I feel like it's gonna do even better. So this is the one. I think I'm going to save Happy Place for another time. I don't know when. Who knows? I may decide that I need to read it right away. Again, this book may also derail the whole thing. So we'll see. The next book we have is Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. This book, the cover is what drew me in. When I purchased this book, if you looked at my book haul, I saw this cover and I was like, this is so beautiful to me. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but I fell in love with this cover. So I don't know much about it also. I think they both work in the wedding industry, that they are florists or something like that. And they used to have a relationship, but one of them was like afraid of commitment. So the relationship ended and now they have to work together again. So they're forced to be back in each other's lives. So that's what this book is about. I'm not a big second chance romance. So I actually have the plan to do like a reading second chance romance books to see if I can like get into it, but I'm gonna give it a go. We will see. So this one is gonna get right for sure. Hopefully it's in that video where I read a couple of second chance romance. Actually, isn't that one the next one, the second chance romance too? The next one I want to read is Love Light Farms by BK Borison. Now that one, I don't know, maybe I should read this closer to December, like Christmas area. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I think I'll leave this for December because it's giving me like Christmas vibes, right? Is this the second chance romance? I don't think it is. I'm sure that's true. Oh no, it's not a second chance romance. It's a best friend. So it is a friends to lovers romance. Okay, so this one, it feels like she has this farm that she's trying to save. I do remember it now. And she enters this competition, but she says that she's taking care of the farm with her boyfriend, but she doesn't have a boyfriend. So in order to win the prize so that she can save the farm, she enlists the help of her best friend, Luca, who I think has been pining after her for a while. So he's like so happy to be the fake boyfriend. So fake dating, friends to lovers. Yeah. Okay. So we'll see for this one. Should I wait? I like a fake dating trope. Oh, maybe I won't wait for this one. I don't know. We'll see for this one. All right. So another fake dating one. I think it's almost as if I planned this in this order, but I did not. I swear I just grabbed books off my shelf and they're ending up like giving me great segues. The Fake Mate. I loved Ali Hazelwood's Bride. And this was the first time that I saw kind of like a werewolf type romance being like published like, you know, by a big publishing company. So I'm really interested to seeing like what the publishing industry is allowing people to publish when it comes to these. And so The Fake Mate, apparently, I don't know again much. They're two wolves. I believe they are. Yeah, it says two wolves. Sure, it says it right there. It's not, I believe it is, Vanessa. It is. But so I think they're both doctors. Okay, why am I saying I think? They are clearly both doctors. It's on the cover. So they are both doctors. I think one of them is a cardiologist. The other one is an ER doctor. I think one of them is an alpha. And because of that, like an unmated alpha is dangerous. So they decide to fake date so that he can be okay with being an alpha and then people don't get on him. And then her grandmother is giving her issues about not being in a relationship. So she fake dates so she can get her grandmother off her back. So I think that's what the story is. I did hear that it's very spicy. So that's why I have been putting it off a little bit because I was like, I'm not really in the mood for that. But it's been on my shelf for a while. I just need to get it over with. So it's getting picked up sometime in this fall, hopefully. Oh my God. Caraval, well, my accent is showing again, by Stephanie Garber. I am dying to get into this story, guys. I'm not only dying to get into this story because I love the whimsy that I think is going to be in this book. Whenever people talk about this book, they talk about how whimsical it is. But I also want to get into this book so I can get to the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, which everybody raves about. So that's why I want to get into it. But I don't know much except that a Caraval comes into town and they play games and nothing is what it seems, apparently. So that's all. I don't want to read too much into it. I skip when people will try to explain the plot better because I want to be enchanted. I want to get lost in the story. It's supposed to be fairy tale-esque. So I want that vibe. So I don't want to be spoiled. So that's all we know. Let me know in the comments if you've read this and if you've loved it. next book, which I said I was gonna read right away. I know in my 24-hour video where I was on vacation, that didn't happen. Again, mood reader, that did not happen. But I really, really want to get into this story. I did get more information about it. At the time when I bought this book, I only bought it for the cover and the sprayed edges, and I thought this was so beautiful. But from what I gathered, there is someone who is a realtor in this book who is trying to sell a house, but the house is haunted. That's all I know. And I did actually start reading this book, but put it down because I wanted to get a video out. And I do think that death is like involved in there. Like death is a person or like an actual like entity that has like a mind and can think. I think so. I'm not sure. But Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. I read One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake, and I'm obsessed with her writing. Obsessed. That book was 5-star. So I started reading this and I love the writing again, but it feels like you need brain power for this. So we will see. But I'm reading this one in the fall. That's happening. Like, I don't know when this is going to be read, but November or October, this is getting read. Okay. The next book is Belladonna. Again, another pitfall, guys, possible pitfall, because I've heard great things about this series. I absolutely love the cover, like, come on. And also, I feel like if I like it, I may decide to go and read all of the books. So again, this is why I feel like there's pitfalls ahead for me, potentially. But I don't know anything about this. Should I read a little bit? I don't know. I'm not reading it, actually. All I know is that it's dark, it's mystery, it's gothic, it's giving me all the fall vibes. I loved One Dark Window. I have been looking for books that give that vibe all the way because this is now my jam. Like, One for My Enemy also gives you that dark vibe. So I love books that once I start reading them, I get into this world where I feel like the lights dim and everything gets like really dark. My dog is sleeping right next to me, so if you hear anything, that's what it is. So I'm really excited about this. And also I hear that there's a mystery involved in this book and all the other books. People rave about this, so I'm so excited. I do feel like after I get through the next 2 videos, because I have another video that I have planned where I'm gonna continue some series that I started. Once I get through that, those 2 books may be what happens. I may have to do like a mood reading vlog again so that I can get these 2 books in. Yeah, we will see. So we have another book by Leigh Bardugo. Actually, we have 2 other books by Leigh Bardugo, I feel like. So we have the Shadow and Bone series. I'm gonna get into this book. I've tried to read it a couple times, I'm gonna be honest. However, it reads a little young to me. It reads a little young. So I have been struggling, but I want to push through it because I want to get to 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. And I hear that you don't need to read this in order to get to this. It's not like this because they feel, most people get to this and feel like it's fine, it's self-contained. But if you read this, you're spoiled for this. And I don't know if this is just a matter of wrong timing, that every single time I get into this book, it doesn't. It's not that it's bad. Every single time I get into it, but then eventually I'm kind of like, I don't know. It doesn't feel high stakes enough. But I could be wrong. I probably just need to push through. I'm going to push through. I'm going to finish this book. If I finish this book and it's not that good, or at least it reads so young that I'm not invested, then I'm going to, chuck it and go ahead and move on to 6 of Crows right away. If it's good, then I'm going to move on and finish the series and go to 6 of Crows. Now, I did say this is about 20 books that I'm interested in. I did this on purpose because I do believe that I can get through 30 books by the end of the year. And I have allotted a couple of slots for if I do enjoy this and I need to read 2 more books to get to this one. So that's the plan. And of course, you know, there's no need for me to ramble along about what Six of Crows is. If you are a fantasy reader, you know, you've heard about it. I'm the last person on earth to read this book, obviously. It's 6 people, it's a heist, it's mystery, it's apparently like the best thing ever. I need to get into this, so I need to, okay? This needs to be my plan. Okay, now, next book on the list is, so I guess those are a little bit more fantasy, The Serpents in the Wings of Night. People have been raving about this series, raving about it. I need to get to it. I need to get to it. The only thing that I know is that there's a human who is going to participate in a trial against vampires, and she's the only human. It's not a common thing, but she was raised by a vampire king or like lord or something, and I don't know why she wants to participate in the trial. I think like at the end of it you get a wish, but I don't know what her wish is and why she needs this. But anyways, so she's going to participate in there, and she's gonna form an unlikely alliance with one of the other vampires, and you might fall in love. The series apparently is immaculate. People love it. Even the novella, even people who did not love this, love the novella that is in this. So come on. And this is by Carissa Broadbent. So need to get into it. She has so many other books also. I want to get into her writing, into her world. So I'm excited about this one. Yes, the next book that I have is Legend Born by Tracy Dion. Also another book that I've been dying to get into. All I know is that this is similar, well, not necessarily similar, but same vibe to Ninth House. She goes to college, she sees something one night that like makes her realize that the world is not what it seems, that there's magic beings and magical elements around her, secret societies and all that good stuff. And now she is, you know, fighting to keep the world safe from evil. Basically, I don't want to know more again because I want to be surprised and I want every element of the book to grab me. This is supposed to be also kind of dark and moody, so I'm excited to get into this one. So these are all the physical books that I have here. I think so. Do I have any other books here that I'm interested in getting into? No. So I did order 2 books that are on their way. 2, 3 that are on their way. And then I have a couple more on my Kindle Unlimited. So in terms of books that are on their way, I'm gonna get into Wild Eyes next. I am currently reading Wild Love. I am liking it, not loving it, unfortunately. But the minute I started reading Wild Love and I saw West, and I was like, this man better have a book because he is everything. Like, I will do a video where I tell you guys about my favorite romances, and you will see a pattern. You will see a distinct pattern. Your girl likes herself a man who's down bad, golden retriever, funny, outgoing. Like, this is my vibe. This is what I eat up every single time. And grumpy, I can do. I enjoy it. But a golden retriever down bad, stop. Just stop. Stop right here, okay? Let's not lose ourselves in this video. So West apparently is that guy. And so in that case, I need his book. So I decided I'm gonna read Wild Love because Wild Eyes is now out. And so it's ordered, it's coming. I will be getting it tomorrow. And then so therefore, I must read it. Is it tomorrow? No, I'm getting it today. Actually, it's already here. I'm going to Target to go pick it up. I think that one is here. I don't think it was one of the ones that needed to be shipped to me, but we will see. Either today or tomorrow, it's going to be in this house, and therefore it shall be read, and therefore Wild Love needed to be done by then. So that's the next book. Daydream is coming. Yes. So I will be reading Wildfire. Whoa, okay. Again, me with the segues. Anyways, Wildfire is going to be read soon. So I will read Wildfire. So Daydream is also on its way. So it's gonna get read sometime this fall. And Daydream is supposed to be Henry's story. And if you read that series, the Maple Hill series, I think that's what it's called. I loved it. It was very enjoyable, and I did fall in love with Henry in this series. So I'm gonna hurry up and read Wildfire so I can get to Henry's book, which is Daydream. Okay. What else? I do want to get into Done and Dusted. I did order the book. Who is the author for Done and Dusted? Let me take a look. The way this video is so chaotic. Yeah, okay. So it is Lila Sage. I ordered it. It's on its way. Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, part of the Rebel Blue Ranch series, because I don't know, fall does give me cowboy vibes. And the Rose Hill series, I don't know if it's necessarily cowboys. I think it's more focused on single dads. So I do need myself a little bit of a cowboy romance to keep me going for the rest of the year. So the Rebel Blue Ranch series is going to do that for me. And I've heard great things about it. So I'm excited for it. I don't know much about it actually. So I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I just know that it's cowboy and it's romance. That did it for me. I'm studying the series. So in terms of the books that I have planned that are on Kindle, the book that I definitely want to get into is another fantasy book, and it's Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Yes, Callie Hart. My God, if you are on Book Talk or if you're anywhere book space related, you know that right now that this is the book that everyone is talking about. Whether people are raving about it, and more people are raving about it. I have seen so many people give this book 5 stars, 4.5, 4.75, like really high ratings. I've only seen like a few people who didn't like it, but it doesn't matter. People have read it. Everybody and their mama has read it at this point. So I need to get into it. So definitely Quicksilver is going to get read sometime really soon because I cannot be like spoiled. The other fantasy that everybody again is talking about, and it's so interesting because it seems like 3 books have already been out and the 4th book it's on its way, or maybe it's out by then, I don't even know. It's The Spark of the Everflame. Let me see who is the author for this. Spark of the Everflame. So it's The Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. Again, another book that a lot of people have been talking about, raving about. I don't know much about it also, but I know that I need to get into it. I know that Quicksilver has to do with alchemy and metals, and that's what the magic system is about. And I think some people don't like Quicksilver because they said that it's reminding them of other fantasy series, because apparently the female character in it steals from the queen, and then she's a pickpocketer or she's a thief. So very reminiscent of a lot of other fantasy books we've read already or we've heard about, and that she gets thrown into the fairy world. So it's a fae story for Quicksilver. And I do believe that The Spark of the Everflame is also a fae story, but the magic system is not as like reminding people of other books. So that's why people are liking it a little bit more. So the consensus seems to be that The Spark of the Everflame, like everyone likes it, but Quicksilver, some people may not like it. So either way, they're both on the list and they shall both get read. I do believe that is it. Is that it for my Kindle? Oh my God. I almost forgot the biggest pitfall of them all is that I want to start the Zodiac Academy. It is also on Kindle Unlimited. It is a 12-book series, I believe, maybe even more because there are prequel series and then there's like after series. I do not know, but this is one of the most divisive series ever because either people absolutely love this series or people just absolutely hate it. It's so crazy, but I want to get into it. I want to know what it is about. I know that there are 2 girls, they are twins. They go to this academy where there's like this magic system that revolves around their zodiac sign, I think. And then also there are dragons and other type of like magical beings. There are faes and fairies and stuff like that. I think it's like really intricate, and people really love it or people really do not like it. They say that it reads really heavy like Wattpad, but I've seen some people that I really love their recommendation on Book Talk, on BookTube, like rave about this book. This is probably the biggest pitfall ever for me, potentially, because again, 12 book series. If I love it, this may completely derail me and I like decide I'm gonna read the entire series. Or if I hate it, then we're on the safe bet. Or maybe it's just okay and I like can pace myself and read maybe 1 book a month or 2 book a month. We will see. But yeah, I actually almost forgot about this. I had to come back and refilm this part. So if things look a little wonky, that's why I had to insert this clip. So these are the 3 Kindle Unlimited books that I want to get into. I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what the total is. Hopefully it's not more than 20. And this way it gives myself some room to add in some other books if I'm feeling myself slumping or if I'm not interested into one of these books. I really did this video so that I can keep myself accountable. I do hope that I'm going to follow through, that the people pleaser in me will want to please you guys and read all of these books. Let me know in the comments which book you read, which one you love, don't love, why. Keep it cutesy, keep it demure, Don't give me too much detail because, too many details because I don't want to be spoiled. I like going into books a little bit blind, but give me the vibes. Let me know what the vibes are, and then I'll know which one I'm gonna pick up next or bump up on the list. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I will see you on the next one. Bye.